I got my pants below my waist and I never dance when I'm in this place.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to Hey
Good,
Travian.
good, good.
Welcome everybody to Hood Conservative Lavern Spicer. Y'all come on in the room, come on in this room, come on in the room. I don't know, somebody's calling me. I don't know who this is, but anyway, get in the room today, y'all. How you doing, Travian?
I'm amazing. How you doing?
No, girl, I'm here. Just a rough day today,
Praise
Anytime,
God.
you feeding the people. So, we was out in the streets today and making it happen. Hey, people. Hey, new I see you. Hey, boo. Hey, to all of my hoodies. Nora, I see you. Hey, Grady, how you doing?
Too blessed to be stressed.
That's right.
Thank God for that, because ain't no need to be stressed. Hey, Melissa. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I don't know why this thing is not live streaming from my but as always we're gonna talk about politics. I'm just giving the broadcast. Let me talk to G because I don't know if they see it, but I know it's like I think about 600 people in the room with us right now. Oh, they got a power outage. Oh my God, they got a typhoon.
It's politrick.
Well,
Politrick.
pray us up for y'all that have that typhoon. I want to know. Let me know if y'all can see me streaming live because I don't see it live on my Twitter page. I don't see that it's live. Okay, the broadcast is
It
not
says that
available.
it's live.
Oh, it does. Okay, I don't see it. Usually I see it. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna go on and get started with today's show. And where's our other special guest at
He was
Tanner?
in,
That's
he
funny.
was in here and then he popped out. I think he was trying to change platforms.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna roll on with this and okay, good. Thank you, Nora. Thank you because my people that are live streaming are somewhere else and they having weather issues. But anyway, we're gonna move on right along. And I want to start out and I really wanted him to be in here also because 2020 he ran for Congress just like I did. And this is the thing for a lot of us that ran for Congress in 2020, especially that was our first time running. We put our heart, our soul, and everything into this place. And that's why I wanted him to come on to talk about it. But Grady, I'm gonna move on with you because Kamala Harris has a plan to help the black man. And one thing I know about you, you very much into politics, anything political, you have heart and soul into it, especially for the black community. So with the plan she has to prosper the black man, um, $20,000 for startup businesses. What do you think about that 20,000 for startup businesses?
You know, it's politics. While the politicians is kissing the baby, they stealing the baby's lollipop at the same time. And what Kamala is offering is just a bait and switch. $20,000 ain't nothing for a black man when you're giving millions and millions to those to start business. Then secondly, talking about helping them get into recreational, you need millions of dollars to be able to get into recreational marijuana, what we have on the ballot amendment 3. So it's just the game. It's the same game that the Democrats have been playing and pandering to black people just to get their vote. And then after we put in Biden, we put in Kamala in
So you
2020. There's been no George Floyd Act. There's been no Civil Rights Act. There's been no student loan forgiveness. All the things that they ever talked about that it was going to do to help stop the immunity or the prosecution of police officers, they've had almost 4 years to do that. None of that stuff is passed. So this ain't nothing but pandering to get the black vote. And Obama talking about black folks and black men don't vote for him. Hell, we've been just like black women voting 80, 90% to the Democratic Party. We have a question and a lesson. Why do you like the devil? Because the devil gives you nothing. Why do we keep voting Democrats? Because the Democrats give us nothing. They promise, but they never deliver.
somebody want to know, does the lady with the Trump hat on have a permanent smile?
Yes, I do. I sure do. I sure that's the truth. That is a true fact. That is true. Why not smile? I mean, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm healthy. I'm about to run a marathon in about 40 hours. I feel great. I love life. I love myself. I love God. Come on now.
So when we talking about loving God, right? And for to see Kamala, right? And when the person yelled out at the rally, I think I have that clip. I'm gonna
Jesus
see if
is
we have
Lord.
that clip.
Yes.
When the person yelled and Jesus, and she said, "Oh, that's
You're at the wrong rally.
you at the wrong rally.
Yeah.
You are at the wrong
Wow.
rally."
Well, I mean, we have you looked at her neck lately? I mean, she's looking very reptilian. It's almost it's shocking how she's aging and how this election is tearing her down, not only in public, for election purposes, but physically, psychologically. She's not herself. I've watched clips of her back when she was in the Senate, back when she was in the chambers and they were debating on different topics. She was semi-sharp at that point. Now she's a babble mouth. She's lost it. It's taken everything from her. And we are waiting for this bombshell story to tear her election hopes apart. So that's supposed to be dropping sometime before the end of the day today.
Okay, hold on a minute. G, you can play that clip.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. With the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
That's her.
That is so sad.
That is
Hey,
her.
talk about somebody that's unhinged. She's unhinged.
She can't forsake, such a large part of this country and their religious beliefs. And if so, she at least shouldn't do it publicly. But this was just an antagonistic display of what would be to come if she was ever put at 1600 Pennsylvania Boulevard. And we must stop that at all costs.
This is my concern, right? Okay, this lady, if for her to like publicly say that you're at the wrong rally, right? How could any pastor that is preaching about the word of God and using the Bible, how could they support her? Because I'm seeing that. I saw this gospel recording artist talking about how much he supports Kamala, and I just find it totally unbelievable. Welcome. I
How you
see you in
doing?
the room.
How you doing? How you doing?
Okay. So, how could anybody that's calls themselves faith-based Christian just support this lady after she publicly said that you're at the wrong place? It's like saying Jesus is not welcome here. This ain't the place for that.
Well, I mean, I think that would go with any religion, whether you were Muslim or anything. She has just, made derogatory comments about faith-based issues just across the board. So I would, it wouldn't even take that for a minister or a preacher or a rabbi or an imam to say this woman wants to do sex changes on children and make that legal. That is when I would think someone of, theologian, background would say, hey, she is not the one. And we do have quite a few ministers and different, religious leaders coming out and say, we are not for Kamala. She is against God. So how can you be against God and be in the highest office in the land? So she's feeling a lot of backfire and kickback now. And, hopefully coming down this stretch, she'll be able to, we'll be able to put the nail in the coffin for her.
Okay. Montego, welcome to the podcast.
How you doing? How you doing? Good afternoon.
Okay, and we was talking about first of all, I mentioned, about your run in 2020 when you first run for Congress, and congratulations on that, because that's a big step and a big move. Also, just talk to us. Let us know what you think about, Kamala as a whole and her plan to prosper the Black community.
Oh,
Her plan for the Black man.
She doesn't have a plan for the Black community. If she had a plan for the Black community, if for me, I think the saddest thing about this whole situation is if you could just take a step back and look at Black folks, we willing to take anything. It's like this woman has been a politician. She's 60 years old. She's an older woman now. So let's just say 20 years. So in the last 20 years, there isn't anything specific that you can point at that you can say helped anybody outside of the Indian community that she basically gave reparations to when she got to the vice presidency. But before that, even if she would have had a record of just helping people in general, just people who are homeless, people who are, hungry, single mothers, if she didn't have a record of locking up single mothers who had sick kids, if she didn't have a record of keeping innocent Black men in jail, then this wouldn't even be a close race. And I don't think it's as close as they're telling you. I don't believe anything that the news media says. And every time you go to any kind of interview that they have that is not Kamala Harris supporter, when they go to the barbershops to speak to people who are Donald Trump supporters, the one question you never hear them ask is, what can he do to gain more Black support? They often always ask, what can she do to gain your support? They're there not to really hear the people's problems to solve them. They're there to listen so they can formulate a plan to continue to finesse Black people. we have been abused so much. We are willing to accept anything that they give us and say, this is for you. There isn't an idea of what she has for black people, because you can't tell someone 2 weeks out from election, like, hey, and this is for you. Like, because then it adds insult even further. Like, yeah, because I forgot about you guys. You're always last. You're always last for everything. So here's the last ideas that I have for you guys. There's just nothing there that's tangible. The news media is doing all the heavy lifting for this woman who is intellectually capable of finishing a sentence, and also just taking responsibility for her actions. They asked her, what have you done that you regret as a person and then as vice president? She laughed and said, well, I've raised kids, and she's laughing. I don't think that sitting in front of the Chinese president or leader of North Korea is going to take her serious when there are negotiations there and she's just cackling and she's laughing. I don't think that people are confident in seeing that whenever she is put in a situation and she's uncomfortable, she starts to laugh. No one is seeing that. There isn't a Democrat supporter outside of people who are scared of their status quo and people who are scared of being prosecuted that really looks at her and thinks she is a great leader for this nation and for this country. There are people who know for sure.
Hi, Omarosa. Welcome on the show, girl.
There are people who know for sure that when hearing her speak more and more, she's not gaining any of our support. She's losing the supporters that she already had. People are hearing her open her mouth more and more, and they're saying there's nothing tangible there. There's always the same rebuttal. It's always blame Donald Trump, blame Donald Trump. You can't say that you're fearless and you're a leader, and at the same time, you're afraid of a man who isn't in office and doesn't have the capability to do what you can do right now while you're there. I don't think that this is going to be even close. I believe that November 5th, come that night, it's going to be very hard for these people to steal this election. If they're telling you that she's up 1 point, if they're telling you she's up 5 points, it's a lie. And if they're telling you that he's up 1 point, I'm pretty sure it's maybe 6 to 7 points, because they always get the polling wrong when it's about Donald Trump. I think that we're looking at something that's going to be great. I hope that we should all do like maybe a live or like kind of combine our channels on that night, because I would just love to be able to be here in the room with you ladies to see what's going on.
That sounds like a plan to me, because one thing we know that the media is good at is telling lies. We know they're really good with that. And we know Kamala is a liar. I haven't seen anything from Kamala since she has been in the White House that would say, hey, where she could say, hey, this is what I've done for this community. Everything that we have seen from her has been absolutely nothing for this community at all. We all know what she did in California, and it has been all destruction. Especially when you come to those illegals and allowing them to come in the way she did, unvetted. We don't know who those people are, and then trying to allow them to vote in our elections. That should not be tolerated.
Ever.
And so what we are seeing is that every time they know that they are losing, then they want to come with the race card. With the race card. Hello, everybody that's joining. Welcome in.
She really never she playing the race card now. In San Francisco, as the district attorney and attorney general, all you did was lock black folks up. You didn't decriminalize marijuana. California voters decriminalized marijuana, like we're trying to do in Florida with recreational weed. But
hold up, Grady. Yeah. So that dumb motherfucker that's from New York, you could go straight to hell with your bullshit and comments. And I just want you to know, because you on the right show to get your ass handed to you, and you got to be one of the ignorant motherfuckers that I have ever seen, you stupid son of a bitch. Now,
Malvani Ma, FaceTime video.
What we were saying.
Hey, I told you, Lavern. They don't understand. They go get a universal black woman beat down.
Oh, they don't know Grady, but you know You know, I've been working. We both been out here working in our community for over 30 fucking years, helping these
That's
people.
right.
And some of these summer bitches that want to come into this fucking chat and think they get ready to talk some shit to me, you dumb bitch. I got another thing coming for you. You can best believe that. Because I don't give a fuck what you say. It's a lot of fucking American people that are fucking cosmetologists, barbers, everything else. Guess what that's called, you dumb fuck? It's an independent fucking contractor, meaning that we are fucking self-employed and running our own goddamn business.
I bear witness to that. And you can take that to the bank too.
Because guess
And they'll
what?
cash that check for you. So listen,
That means that there ain't no such thing as I'm getting fired, you dumb motherfucker.
motherfucker, I don't work for my open enemy. So the enemy can't fire me. I
Thank
write
you.
my own check.
And
I
you're
make my
also
own
talking.
money.
You're also
And none of
talking
them people in politics, listen, neither Democrats, they especially the Democrats, the jackass. That's what they are, jackass. They don't pay me no money. So you got to understand. See, when they don't understand. With Trump, hell, I had so much money saved. With Bidenomics, hell, I'm in debt. But I'm getting out of debt because Trump gonna be back in office again, and he's gonna win by a landslide. Kamala, just like lying Hillary and the lying corporate controlled media, all of them can go to hell because that's where they at. And they put black people and keep black people in hell. Trump made to help us put ourselves in heaven at once. Because why? They want to help us do for self. Everybody else was no, just rely on the government. We'll give you $20,000. Well, we'll help you get into recreational weed, knowing the lies that they're telling that it's gonna take millions of dollars to be able to get into that, and then you got a convicted felon. And the Republicans, we got it in Florida, and we got it all over the country. Some of them
Thank you,
want us to be able to get into it.
putting that out there for that dumb son of a bitch. Read that, bitch.
and
Read
Yeah,
that.
just
and,
to
and,
back
and,
that up.
No,
and
because
then
you
not only that, what we're going to
motherfucker.
be able to do is
Bring your ass
literally
up. I
be
tell you,
able
I'm
to make
your
the
ass
money,
up close to that motherfucker. But go
because
ahead on.
the money we gonna be able to make not from government, because you talk about legalizing and making it a class 2 schedule weed. But damn it, you had 4 years to be able to legalize it on a federal order. You could have been able to do an executive order, just like you did an executive order that all the reverse Trump policies that stopped all them immigrants from coming in here. 3.5 million immigrants that came to the United States. And in New York, to show you that bastard from New York, they was giving poor black folks $700 a month in government assistance. They was giving immigrants $3,000. They took a former,
Victims right here in the United States that got
yeah,
affected by that hurricane. What the
that's
fuck?
right.
Some of them
They
still haven't found their family members. They're
no,
friends.
there's still a lot of them in North Carolina that's still unaccounted for and missing, as well as in Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee, not in Alabama and Tennessee, as well as South Carolina, and then definitely in Florida. So these people don't understand. FEMA's doing some things, but FEMA hasn't done what the hell they're supposed to do. FEMA is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, where they're an agency that ain't managing the federal, and damn sure they don't have an emergency. Not for people that's
Oh, hold up, Grady, hold it. Montego, somebody has a comment for you. They call you the do-rag. It said Newsport of New York. I don't know if you can see these comments up
I don't
here.
see them. I mean,
They
ultimately,
say, hey, do-rag, madam guy. So I guess they want your attention because I just spanked that ass. Because let me tell you something, you're not going to get up here and disrespect nobody.
all right, but I'm gonna say this though, right? I'm gonna just say this, right? I'm sitting in my 5,000 square foot mansion in my podcast studio. To my left, there's a comic book room that has over $5 million worth of comic books in it. To my right is my arcade room. I don't really care what someone in the comments has to say. If they're here and they're watching it, you can't unhear the truth. So personally, they need prayer. I don't really care what religious faith they may have, but for you to wake up this early in the day and to have energy to be negative, then something is wrong in your life. Like you could come here, and if you really choose, if you really mean to change people's perception, if you really had an argument that was worth anything, then you would just put your argument out there, and it would be hard for people to refute. I'm somebody who gets up early in the morning and I train for hours with stone cold killers. I'm in the gym. If you follow me, you know I box. I do mixed martial arts. I don't really care about what someone is saying online behind their keyboard when I know for a
And that's
fact
where
they would
they
never say it
hide
in my
it.
face.
That's where they hide it, right on behind their
They would
keyboards.
never say it
That's
in
where
my
they
face. So
hide
whoever
it.
that is, I'm going to just tell you, like, you're wasting your time if you think that you're going to get me to get upset, or because you could be doing something better for yourself. You could be making your family wealthier. You could be making yourself wealthier. You could be making yourself stronger, but you're certainly wasting your time here if you have that kind of energy to be here and be negative. I'm not really here for that. I don't personally care. I'm at the 24-hour fitness here in the Woodlands, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from 9:30 a.m. all the way to 11:30 in the afternoon. Then I spar on Rayford Road at Chaletti's gym, and I'm there every single day after 3 p.m. And then if you don't see me there on Thursdays, I'm at the jiu-jitsu gym here in the Woodlands. It's called Ratio Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu gym in the Woodlands. You can meet me there too. I don't. Everything else to me is just fluff. I don't really care about anything else. To me, everything is just
So
pointless.
you got that? I hope you got that message. You know, one thing about us as Black conservatives, we're not hiding. We're not hiding. You know where to find us up. We're not hiding behind no little whatever you want to call it. We're not hiding. We don't throw rocks and hide our hands. You see our faces up here. Ain't nobody running from nobody over there.
That's the gardeners you hear. I don't know if you can hear the workmen outside, but that's the gardeners outside my house right now, mowing the lawn and cutting the grass while I sit here and I have you worrying about being negative while you watch me and these sisters and this brother here speak. It's just somebody, basically, what you see when they don't show their face, it's a white liberal. It's a white liberal, and it's somebody who doesn't have any substance, and they're free to say what they feel. And then it's like, it got to be really, it got to hurt you because you know you're racist and you're supposed to be the party that's supposed to be fighting against it.
Very much so.
Yeah, but instead you come here and you just show exactly what you really are. And this is the reason why blacks are waking up and they're staying far away from you. It doesn't matter if the person uses vernacular that you consider hood, or it doesn't matter if they're highly educated and they're speaking to you like a college graduate. Anywhere you go and you bring this kind of energy, I promise you're going to continue to just keep changing Black people's minds. People don't really care about the people in the comments. They're here for the people watching.
I'm going to tell you something. I never had this type of attacks until I changed my party. When I was a Democrat, nobody had anything to say. I never got called any names, never got any of this negativity until I changed my party and decided to run for Congress in 2020 once again. And I was talking about you before you got on, because in 2020, what was so great is that we had people from every walks of life that were just everyday people that said, hey, I'm going to stand up and fight for my country. And that was a beautiful thing. You know, that was really beautiful to see all the people out there, like I said again, like Angela Stanford King, Kim, David, you, Darlene, Willie out of Orlando, and the beat goes on. And that was beautiful. But, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, a liberal cannot, and I'm going to repeat, cannot make us change our mind.
Ever.
Cannot make us change our party. Ever. We know we are on the right track and we are doing the right things because of the negative ass comments, like, you know, that you're putting in there. You know what's
crazy? Look, as soon as the first thing he did was what? Show you how bigoted and prejudiced he is. Hey, do-rag guy. The first thing you could do was try to insult me based on the contingency of my appearance. This is what this is the true bigotry. So that at the end of the day, right? I mean, why argue with someone who's already proven me right?
He's talking about all Black people are racist. Yeah, but you started the comments.
I don't think that. I don't think that. It's very hard to be whoever this person is. And they're kind of taking us off, so we're gonna have to stop it after this. But
okay,
look, whoever you are, right? You can't be racist unless you're able to use your political and social economic capability along with a group of others to keep a specific group of people down. If you are a Democrat supporter, you are inherently a racist. Even if you are Black, you're a racist, and you're doing it to yourself because you know that there isn't anything you can point at specifically that shows that this group of individuals have millionaires coming out of their leadership. They have control over a full ethnic group. You have control over these black people, and you cannot show me that consistently through your leadership they are highly educated, motivated, and multi-millionaires, unless they're dribbling a basketball or having to follow what it is you scripted for them to regurgitate somewhere online or on a television. Other than that, you can't show me consistently through your leadership you've caused these people to prosper. You've caused them to fail. And if you continue to pom-pom for that, or if you continue to support that, then you're in fact a racist. So if that's what it is, brother, then that's just who you are.
Let me say this, Montega. Okay, he mentioned Trump. What are some of the policies that Trump, and we all know, Travian, that Trump did for, and Grady, for the black community?
I was fortunate enough to work on prison reform. Angela Staten King, Isaiah Washington. These are people who I know personally, are personal friends of mine that were steadfast in making sure that 90,000 total individuals, black and brown and white, were released from prison. That Joe Biden put there using but he used it was his crime bill. It was Joe Biden's crime bill along with Bill Clinton. It was along with Bill Clinton and Chuck Schumer. So all of them actually created this bill together. And it was the Black Caucus that tried to go against it, but then they kind of shut them down. So that's one thing he did. Then he did something called opportunity zones. It sounds familiar because Kamala Harris actually stole it and called it an opportunity economy. See, through his opportunity zones, through the Urban Revitalization Coalition, Donald Trump used close to $100 million into over 9,000 black and brown communities, actually refurbishing these communities so individuals there would be able to have the opportunity to invest in their own communities. Let's say I'm an investor and Donald Trump says, hey, Tony, you come into this area, you don't have to pay, you don't pay taxes on your investment for 30 years. So that's a 30-year gain on someone who's invested in a black entrepreneur or a brown entrepreneur. And these things actually work in the community. Donald Trump has a platinum plan currently right now that has over $500 million on the table that will be able to go straight into these affected communities that will help with vouchers for school choice. So if you're a parent that is trying to homeschool, if you're a parent that is trying to have your children have aftercare from school, or even if you're a parent that is saying that I want to put my kid in a charter school, then you will have the choice once Donald Trump is elected. There is also small business grants, and not just for people who are of color, but just people in general. But of course, people of color will be able to benefit from it because it's going to be in communities that are impoverished by Democrat leadership. So telling you firsthand from me being able to be in contact with the campaign, I'm telling you that the idea is to go into these communities and not just tell people what it is that you're going to do for them, but ask them how they can help. The problem with the Democrat Party is they always try to tell black people what's good for them, and no one is ever there to really listen to change it.
That's in the comment. That's racist to think. Prison reform was. I can't even see where prison reform was. His policy to help black people. Prison reform did help black people because
let me just say this fact. There are more whites in this nation. There are more whites in this nation than are blacks in this nation. And criminal justice reform would help a great deal of people, but it helped black people who Joe Biden put in jail for crack cocaine use and cocaine use. So let's not mistake this for what it's not. There are, and I know personally, there are people who are home right now. I have friends who are home right now because of the work that we've done there and because of Donald Trump's signature and Donald Trump seeing the problem. You know what? I had a dream. I woke up. I'll call my mother right now, and I'll put $1,000 cash on. I'll call my mother right now. You know what? I put her on FaceTime, and I'm gonna ask her a question. And she told me, and then she said, Tone, you can't change the world. 5 months later, I got a call from Donald Trump to come to the White House to come work on prison reform. Watch this. Let me see if she can. Can you hear this? Hey, Mom, speaking to Mike. I think, can you hear her? Can you hear my mother, y'all, out there? Can you hear her? Say hello, Ma. They can't see you, but they can hear you. Say hello.
Hello.
Can y'all hear her?
Yeah.
I had a dream, Ma, and I woke up and I said to you, God said I'm gonna help change the world. Ma, what did you tell me? Be honest. What did you say?
At the beginning?
She said, no. Tone, you're not gonna change the world.
At the beginning, I said that, yes.
Yes, and 5 months later, who invited me to the White House?
Trump.
Thank you. I love you, Ma. Let me finish this podcast. See, the thing is, I know whose side I'm on because before I was doing this, I was slinging penis. I was smoking all the bud I wanted. I was in every nightclub. I had music on the radio. I had artists who I was writing music for. I was tripped up by Satan. And God came to me and told me why I was here, what my purpose was, and how I'm going to change lives of people who I'm never going to touch. I woke up and I told my mother exactly what happened in my dream. And my mother said to me, son, you are not going to change the world. And I promise you, 5 months later, I got a call to go to the White House to help work on prison reform, because my story about how I changed my life has been so significant that people wanted to actually know how they could attribute that to other people. I refuse to sit here and believe that I'm going to be anyone's tool for negativity. I once was. Right. I would have met a lot of you. I would have beat a lot of you up, but now I don't have any time for that. I'm here to save you. I'm here to heal you. Some of you guys out there don't realize it, but you need to prostrate, you need to get on your knees, and you need to talk to God.
Amen.
Amen. And let me beg you back off of that. Let me beg you back off of that.
I don't believe in him. But go ahead, Grady.
But in a straight nutshell, Trump let more black people out and others out of federal prison than Biden, than Senile Joe, Sleepy Joe, who need to go back to his damn basement, along with George W. Bush, Obama, and Clinton with Biden, put all of them millions of black people for low-level, non-violent drug offenses in prison. So the Second Chance Act, that you just help us, but it directly affected us because of Biden and the millions that he put in with Bill Clinton in the 1994 crime bill. So I can take it straight up.
That's the one.
And like I say, Obama had 8 years, and Obama ain't do a damn thing for black people. So when he goes to Philadelphia, talk about black men have a problem, but goddamn, you getting paid, Negro. You a Negro, you need to grow up. You ain't on this campaign for free. Nigga, you a hired gun in a hired hand getting paid by Kamala, who raised $633 million last month in the last quarter. So all of these folks that are getting paid while the black community is still getting played.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And it's time out. So they mad because we are waking up. We stop believing their lies. And, I'm going to say it again. I said it on my last show, but I'm going to say it again. And one thing about Trump, all the rappers, when they first came out, all of them had rap songs with them. They had pictures with them, and everything else. Some black celebrities, even what's the name? The one that was fat and skinny now that got a perm.
Al Sharpton, the perm. That's what I call him, the perm.
And Meek Millie too.
And everybody
talking about Lizzo.
So, that's the thing. All of them had pictures. And Jesse Jackson. Come on, y'all.
Well,
we can name them. The list goes
on. Call the roll. Whoever you name.
But he received an award from the NAACP. You cannot be a racist when the NAACP is giving you an honorary award. You can't. So it's unfortunate. But I do want to credit black people from coming out of the slumber, waking up to what is real, because it had to affect them personally. It had to affect their pocketbooks. It had to affect their gas tanks. It had to affect their children at school. That is why we're having this, turn of events with black people coming around. And I mean, you have black people that are, breaking over into the Jill Stein, the Green Party situation. Regardless, black people don't want Kamala. And we do have, a large portion of people who are old, who are in that Democratic slumber, who just have to, in the words of Oprah Winfrey, those people just have to die. So, but we've got some progress going. We're all looking forward to November 5th. If you have not voted, you understand, the complexities of this election. Please get out, make your voice heard. Do it today if you haven't. Do not wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is never promised. But please get out.
Never promise, y'all. Don't put it off. Do it today. And we got to stop procrastinating.
Because you see what they did to Jimmy Carter.
Including voting. A lot of places here in Florida, we have early voting. Please make sure you go out to vote, please. And I'm in District 24. As a write-in, you can write my name on for District 24. And so make sure, I think today in Florida is the last day to also do a request to get your mail-in vote.
Absentee ballot. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is the last day. But I've already voted. Me and my son, who turned 19 last month. This is the first time he participated in the August primary, as well as the first presidential election. We got it in, and he's a registered Republican. Because I told him, son, you can't be a jackass. That's the Democrats. That's what we've been all our lives. I say we were Democrats because our parents were Democrats. Can't be a Democrat. I ain't gonna be a Democrat and a jackass when they have done nothing for the black community except to hey, I know. I knew the Democratic Party knew Young Blue because all they ever tell us is beautiful lies.
because Malcolm X tried to tell us years ago, and so many others tried to tell us years ago. But it doesn't matter when you wake up.
Just wake
But the
up.
point of the matter is we are woke, and it's up to us to share our knowledge with others so that they can understand, because a lot of them, their mind has been so programmed by the newspapers, the news media, everything else. So when you're trying to express to them and explain to them, they don't want to hear it. It's just straight up, oh no, I don't want to hear that, but it doesn't matter. You just keep talking to them and, showing them facts.
I mean, I think we have, we see this decline with the Democrats and their poll numbers. We've got Kamala out here calling President Trump a fascist, calling him Hitler.
Yes.
They had to come up with something. On the record, there's every other politician is on record calling or using the word nigger. John Trump is the only presidential candidate who has never been caught on record or in public.
He won't say the word
nigger. So they couldn't call him. They couldn't say that he used that word. Now they have to call him Hitler. So
Hitler.
I'm so upset behind that.
This the thing. I mean, we could all sit back and go back and forth with this all day, but where is there, as the lady would say in the 80s when she came up with the term, where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Where is your substance, Democrats? Where is your substance for helping this community? And somebody even put it in the comments. They said that they went to the VA and it was something that they needed to have done. And the VA told them they did not have the funds because the funds are being used to help the illegals, But what about the people here? What about our seniors that have worked all of their life as taxpayers to help build this country in the first place? When will their lives ever matter? When will their lives ever matter?
When we re-elect Donald Trump.
And also, Trump in 2020, when he introduced the Platinum Plan, he invited close to over 200 Black people that were running for office and also involved with media and everything to Atlanta, Georgia, to introduce the Platinum Plan. And he had a section just for the congressional candidates. And he allowed all of us to come on stage, even though some of us didn't get a chance to speak. The fact is, he did that for us. And that was really amazing.
He's done a lot. I mean, he's also made it to where the HBCUs have funding in perpetuity. Joe Biden came in office and cut those funds. Black America still wants to blame Donald Trump for the funding that HBCs do not currently have. Trump made it possible. Omarosa was in office. You saw, if you can remember that, when they were all in the Oval, all of the presidents of all of the HBCUs came into the White House. That was the day that Donald Trump signed over those funds to the HBCUs. Day 15 or whatever it was, if you look on record, it was Joe Biden that actually cut those funds in more than half. So I want Black people to really go back and do their research. Black America is unfortunately a very large sector of uninformed. Well, we have a lot of uninformed voters, but Black America, the reason why they are still stuck, voting for Democrats is because they are sincerely, uninformed, and they believe what they're told. They do what they're told. They take pennies and scraps, and it's unfortunate for them to not have woken up to say, hey, we don't need your free stuff anymore. We can work, and we are competent. And for her to even put out a plan for Black America, why would you have to put out a plan for Black America if you were truly for Black America? You would already have that plan for Black America. So
Yes.
I don't know what it's going to take for Black America. We've got, 11 days, 10 days? What is it going to take?
10 days.
10 days. What is it going to take for them to actually wake up and realize, look, we've been bamboozled again, and it's been since most of this generation has been alive.
That is so true. G, I was looking at this comment from TCG, and she said Kamala took $230 billion from Medicare trust fund to pay EV tax credits. Oh, there you are.
I mean, we don't have any money in FEMA. You've got Mayorkas now made a statement, I believe it was yesterday, if not this morning, saying that white supremacy is the biggest threat to America. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I think white people should just start suing the government. Every time these type of statements are made, like Kamala saying out, hey, I'm going to do this only for Black America. If I was white, I would sue the government every day, if not to do anything else, but to put it on record, because this is just blasphemous. I feel for white people. People can say, well, white people, they slavery, whatever. They built this country, and we have to recognize, how many Black people had cranes? How many Black people have these things to realize, to be honest about what this country is, the fundamentals of this country. It's the greatest country in the world. And I want Black people to be proud to be a citizen of this country. I don't know what is going to happen. Somebody has to just come out and just, let them know. And who's going to do that? We need real Black men. Montega, you're on. I don't want any woman to be a president. I don't want to be led by a woman. I don't ever want that to happen. We need real men, not men out here painting their fingernails and toenails. We need real men. Let men lead. I don't understand where Black women got away from the family. Like, Black women, really, this whole independence situation, I'm disappointed. I come from a family of 300 plus Democrats. They're all voting for Kamala Harris. I am so disappointed, because if you look around you and your entire family is failing in quicksand, and you can't save them, and it's sad because you can't save them, and you've got to let them sink. So if you've got family, and you can wake them up, please do so, because I have to be honest, I'm very sad with my family that they haven't waken. No matter what I tried to do, they're all going to vote against me, knowing I'm in a RICO with President Trump. So do I consider them family still? Probably not.
I think Mayorkas is right. All right, hear me out, Queen. Hear me out. Watch this. Hear me out. And this is for the viewers. Hear me out. White supremacy is the greatest threat to the United States of America, and I believe him, and I believed him, because what they do is they project. They said that Donald Trump was a dictator. The first thing Joe Biden did when he got in office was like 90-something executive orders, and him ignoring the Supreme Court, him forcing taxpayers to pay for illegals, him defying federal laws. I mean, you name it. Like, they've done some very dictatorish things. They continue to call Donald Trump Hitler. And I mean, the closest thing that I can see to it is forcing millions of Americans to put nanotechnology in their bodies under the guise of there being a health emergency. This would allow the pharmaceutical companies to not be held accountable and liable for poisoning and, in fact, harming millions of human beings as on this planet. And this particular party championed people to put it in their bodies. This particular party, along with those who are in Canada, parade a Nazi around who his name is Zelensky. Zelensky brought another Nazi with him that fought in World War II with him to the parliament in Canada and received a standing ovation. All of
Oh,
these people knew that this person was a former Nazi general, and he was there with Zelensky in Canada at parliament, and they gave him a standing ovation. It is also a fact that the Democrats have said for the last 50 years that the Nazi problem in Ukraine is highly, highly, highly irresponsible, just to use that word better than what I want to say. And that they felt it would be very difficult moving forward for them to be able to have them in the diplomatic community receiving any kind of aid from people because the Nazi actions there were so atrocious. During the beginning of this so-called proxy war, they didn't even allow blacks in Ukraine to seek leaving the country with the rest of the refugees. They couldn't seek refuge. They kept them there and made them all wait last until they got all of the people out of the impact areas that were white first. And in most cases, forced the black people to even stay there. But these are things that the mainstream media refuses to tell you about. Then you have this political party called the Democrat Party, neocons, along with those who are on the right. This is the reason why on my show I say it's two dirty wings in the same dirty, dirty, dirty bird. Because you don't get this far without having help from the other side. You can't have a crack house in a suburban area and people just don't notice there's a line of crackheads outside. If it goes on for a year, I'm pretty sure people in the community don't mind, but they know that it's happening. So with this Democrat Party, what you have is you have them paying black people and then coercing black people to promote their agenda. And when the black people don't promote their agenda, they're then attacked by this political party, which is ran by covert white men who are multi-billionaires, the George Soroses, the Alex Soroses, and these individuals have little regard for black life or any other life they're in, unless those lives are serving them. And in this case, it's one political party to the extreme that we can point at, specifically the Democrat Party, and say, well, they've had control over the black dollar. They've had control over black reproduction, and the black community has been stagnant in and around 13% of the population, and they have over 40% of the abortions that are taking place in this country. Now, we're not talking about 40% of the population having 40% of the abortions. No, it's about 12% of the population total are black. Then we have to go to the women who are of age to be able to have consensual sex, or who are pubescent, or who've already had their menstrual cycle. So now we're talking about maybe around 3%, 4% of the population is having 40% of the abortions. What is incentivizing it? Yeah, because now people don't really understand the numbers. If you make up 13 to 12% of the population, how many of those people are the actual age of individuals who can have an abortion? Why do you think now that you got places in California where they say, well, a kid who's under 16, under 15, 11 years old can go have an abortion, and the parent does not have to know who's taking the kid to have the abortion?
Good question.
Who is
Also,
raping the kid? The person who is raping the kid.
Also,
too.
Oh my God. Listen, they're also saying that over 320,000 black have had an abortion, and them young girls, like what you said, Montego, you right on it, with Planned Parenthood.
White supremacy is real. It's real because what does the devil do?
That's
the
not
devil.
How Mike Marcus was defining white supremacy.
I understand, but now this is
everyday white.
This is Tony debunking him and telling you what it is. This is Tony debunking him and telling you what it is, because it's not an everyday. It's not the white guy you see that's the trash man. It's not the white guy that you see that's the assemblyman. It's not him. You understand? It's the people who have the 5 families that own the majority of these companies, that promotes the majority of the messaging that you see, are white individuals that are considered the blue bloods. They are direct descendants of Vlad the Impaler and the Queen of England. And these individuals are called globalists these days. This is the nice word used for them. And these globalists are white supremacists who have little regard for other life. They don't care about anyone else. People like Barack Obama are not leaders like people think. They're desperate puppets that's seeing their expiration date like milk go bad. This is the reason why Donald Trump is not beating Kamala Harris this race. Donald Trump is beating Barack Obama. He beat him during Hillary's race. He beat him during Joe Biden's race. They cheated, created a virus, locked down the country, and had millions of unaccounted people voting, dead people voting, kids voting. They all was voting. And they were switching votes.
And
This
the same
time it's gonna be
thing
too
in
big.
Miami. We always have dead people voting here. They come back for every election. Every election they voting. And you're right. I see the young lady said Margaret Singer invented abortions to get rid of who?
Black
Black
folk and the
America.
undesirable.
But that's the
Black
abortion is the biggest
Americans.
genocide that we have in this country. So it's bigger than any disease. Abortion is the biggest genocide in America.
Facts.
And unfortunately, our Black people don't understand the value of life. Our young Black people don't understand the value of life anymore. And so
But that's true.
they think it's a good thing to kill the baby because they're now free and they can go to the club. And it's unfortunate. You've got, Megan Thee Stallion talking about Plan Bs. They just think, it's that's the way that they negate life, so seriously. So I'm just, I'm going to do the best I can for the generation that's willing. I believe in segregation and not, by color. I believe in segregation by like minds, like goals. And I think it's going to be mandatory coming up in the future, because if we look at the digression that we're seeing right now, with our own people, with, you've got cultures, multi-cultures in the United States that are on a decline. Every culture except for Indians. So this is what we're up against.
Well, I have one more clip, and I'm gonna close out on time today. But go ahead, G. Show that clip. And we have over 2,000 people, y'all, on the show. I can't see them, but anyway.
I love her. I love her so much. That whole thing ain't burned down.
You can cut it, G. You can cut.
That's why I said, in the words of Oprah Winfrey, there's a generation that just has to die.
This is the same woman that just said Jesus down the street. Now here, y'all go and invite this heifer to y'all church. What kind of church? I mean, what would you expect out of them, though? After
they're
all,
gonna follow the leadership of the pastor. The pastor is not even a real man.
But listen, y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all can look this up. Yeah, I said it, but y'all can look it up. This is the same pastor, right? He has his church has like so many acres of land that they're not using. So he thought it would be a great idea to bring it to the church members, the congregation,
marijuana,
and ask them, could they use it to grow what?
Marijuana. Yes.
Marijuana?
But see, the thing was, he was so stupid, and I'm a cannabis lobbyist. You have to be 1,500 square feet away from any residence, away from any business. And he was not, I don't know why he thought, no one advised him properly before he made himself look like a fool and announced that in public to his congregation. He did no research. That's why I have no respect for him, because if he was smart, he would have had somebody advise him. They would have let him know that it was illegal to do that because he didn't have 1,500 square feet around him. The church, a church 501c3 made it off limits off bat. So yeah, he's not a smart man. He's for abortion. He's for all of these different things, just like Reverend, what's his name down in Georgia, Raphael Warnock. I don't understand how you can
I thought he
say
was out of New York.
Raphael Warnock is in Georgia.
He's in Georgia. He not in New York. He not in
Okay.
New York. He not from New York.
Somebody else. But yeah, you're right. I was thinking about, I don't know, I was thinking Eric Adams. But this man is a big time. This is one of those mega churches, right? So it looked like he should have had somebody that to talk to him and tell him the truth and say, hey, I don't think this is a great idea. And given the guidelines, like you just laid out the guidelines, and all of this before he came out with this great idea, and then to put it out there for the public, to actually hear those words coming out of his mouth. Oh my God.
He is definitely compromised. But that's why I said the Black church to me is still the plantation for Black America. So that's where they remain slaves. They go on Sundays to get their slave service. Yeah, I totally believe that the Black church must be minimized because it's not leadership anymore. It's a death sermon.
She said, empower Freeman. She said Kamala's going to talk to him about using all of that land to build homes for illegals.
For illegal, exactly. He would do it, but that's the thing. He would do it.
Yes.
He would do it.
For the love of money.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the type of Black male leadership that we have a generation still following, still looking up to. And that's, I swear by it, that generation has to die if there's going to be any progress for the Black community.
Well, y'all, I want to be respectful of the time today for certain reasons. And I want to say, Montega, I thank you so much for coming up on my show. I always follow your podcast. And when I saw your congressional video, man, I was so impressed with that because for me to see like everyday people that when you look at them, that running for Congress, was like not something they were sitting there thinking like, damn, I should run for Congress. But these were everyday people that have been involved working with their communities and say, you know what? I'm going to put my face out there. I'm going to fight for what I believe in. And to me, that's what a winner does. People try to say, oh, you lost, you a loser. No, bitch. There ain't no such thing as nobody that ever tried is a loser because at least all of us tried, and all of us got that. We got sideswiped because they throw people in our race. That's what they did for all of us.
So they did to me too, yeah.
Huh?
Sure, yeah, they did it to me too.
Same thing. We all took that hit with the surprise people that they put in our race to run against us, But we're gonna continue to do what needs to be done, and all of us are gonna go to the next level and continue to fight and continue to wake people up and tell them the truth. Because when you got ladies like The View, I think all of them need a laxative because they are truly full of it. Everybody on The View need that laxative. Them are the most miserable looking women, and they just are relentless. They don't never give up. It's never like a comparison thing.
Right.
Well, let's take a look at this, like we did last week, right? With the guy that said Obama, he could name over 15 things that Obama did for the Black community, right? We invited him up because I wanted to hear this great news.
We wanted to learn. Maybe we didn't know.
Wanted to learn. We wanted to know, right? But when we invited him up, he couldn't name one thing.
Nothing.
Not one thing.
Nothing.
So, I'm saying that to say that, yes, we're going to come. I'm like you, Travia. All of my family is like Democratic. They are Democrats, And but that doesn't change the fact that I love them, nonetheless. But
I'm
we
not trying to love anybody against me.
yeah. Thank
I'm
you,
gonna keep it 100.
Amarosa. Amarosa, you said it best. I didn't want to say that. You said it best, but I say all them uckers up there need a laxative because, baby, they need to let some of that go because it must be some type of constipation or build up or something that they really going through because they just have that most miserable look on their face, while they're reporting. It's one thing to share your views, but it looks so fucking miserable while you doing it. I'm like, okay, come on.
And
Y'all
then they
living
mad at me
these,
saying I got a
y'all
perfect
are living
smile.
these elite, rich lifestyles, but you are looking like you are the most miserable, on the face of God's earth.
Let them
So
be. Let them be. Because
yeah,
I'm
let
highly
it be,
favored.
let it flow, let it go, let it flow, let it go. So in closing, Montega.
Everybody close your eyes, bow your head. We give all praises to God. We give all glory to God. We give all thanks to God because without God, we will all not be here. Even for those that choose to keep their heart closed, we pray that God will open it. For those that have seen the struggle, we pray that God make you stronger from your struggle. That way you can help those who will struggle on their journeys. For we know the struggle doesn't end, but we know God makes us prepared for our struggles. I pray that everyone here today watching this and receiving this message, no matter if it is here today or a year from now, I pray that your family is blessed and you find happiness in knowing that the people around you are chosen by God to be there. And I hope that we use the people that are around us for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. I hope and I pray that everyone stays safe for the rest of this weekend and everyone stays positive. And I hope and I pray that Donald Trump wins this election, even though we know that the devil has plans to try to stop him. And in your name, I pray. Amen.
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 With that, we're
Amen.
going to get out of here.
Trump
Trevi?
2024.
Trump 2024.
Yes. Thank you. And to all my hoodies that join, y'all know I love y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all stay encouraged. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. As Trump said it best, what he said, y'all. Fight.
Never surrender.
Fight.
Never surrender.
So on that note, never surrender, just like he said, never surrender, never give up. And we will be fighting against Satan's agenda, making sure that everybody knows what is taking place and going on, especially in our community. So y'all have a blessed day. Peace out.
I got my pants below my waist and I never dance when I'm in this place 'cause you and your